morning, everyone. Welcome in to Speaking of Diamonds. My name is Rich, and here we are with week 3 of Mermaids and Magic. And I'm coming to you, I'm filming this at a very different time than I usually film my videos. It is 4 a.m. Could not sleep. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to get up. One thing I can't do is lay in bed when I can't sleep. Even in the middle, like if I go to bed and I can't fall asleep, I lay there for maybe an hour, then I have to get up. I can't sit there and toss and turn. But I thought, you know what? While I'm up, I'm going to have my coffee. I'm going to hang out with you guys before I start work and sit here and watch the sun come up through my window. And I'm listening to the birds chirping right now. And it's is shaping up to be a very nice day. A little chilly here in Chicagoland, but it is what it is. You know, it's always nice to not, you know, have, we typically fly right into 90-degree weather, and that gets a little bit much. But let me go ahead and get ready to diamond paint. Remember what I do, I got to put on my little silicone thimble here so I don't stick to the canvas when I put my finger down for some to be steady. So as you can see, I'm working on Charlie. This is Charlie, as in Charlie the tuna. This is the merman. Got his, you know, I really wish he had better abs. He needs to work out more, I think. But he has got his anchor tattoo over here. I'm sort of starting on this, his tail comes up here and then comes down here. So that's what I'm going to start working on here today. I did find it interesting. His eyes here, this eye has one blue crystal right in the center. So he has blue eyes, but I thought that was sort of interesting, and you can't really tell it far away, and I don't think you could see it on the video, but when you go a little bit closer, it does really stand out. It's sort of odd to have this blue in the middle of all this darker stuff going on here, but yet it does stick out. So what am I working with today? Well, this was a gift to me. This is a pen from Enabler's Outpost. You can see it sort of has bubbles in there. It has the blue of the sea, the bubbles, and then there's little seahorses in here because, as I've mentioned before, I really like seahorses. Here's another seahorse cover minder that I have. Enabler's Outpost, I have a pen scription with them. They're one of the sponsors for the event, but I have a pen scription for them, and what was really cool about it is they were able to get this, and the person who gifted it to me said, you have Rich's preference as far as thickness, style, and stuff like that. They said, yep, they were able to do it, so it's sort of cool. I have my information on file there, so it was pretty cool. And then you know, speaking of Enabler's Outpost, of course, and other sponsors, please make sure that you are utilizing the coupon codes, the discount codes, the offers and stuff like that for the event. A lot of the codes are not specific to anything Mermaids and Magic related. So if you really like floral scents, which is not typical in a Mermaids and Magic type thing, you can go and get their mermaid scents or their floral scents or whatever, or their, red pens or whatever, and still apply the discount code. So today, what I've received this week, here's Randa's Crafty Corner putty. She's got a scented putty in Mermaid and a scented putty called Island Reef. These are both for Mermaids and Magic, and they smell great. This is the one that I'm using. No, I used this yesterday. I don't have it in my pen currently. But WIP Mermaid Lagoon WIP putty. Now this is the first time. I've used Randa's before, but this is my first time using WIP. I love the smell of this. But we wax, I never really shopped. I never went and checked the shop very often because I don't use wax, and I didn't know they had putty, so I was happy to see this. And I was excited to try it. It works very well. Matter of fact, I think I have it in my other pen that I was using a little bit yesterday, but it works very well. What else? Oh, and of course the beautiful Mermaids in Magic 2025 release papers from Crafts with Crashly. Definitely go check them out. They are exploding with the licensing of new artists, new to their shop artists, but big names: Spangler, Manzano, J-Wall. I mean, it's so exciting to see that happen. And watch them grow and whatnot. And of course, if you are interested in seeing any of the community papers, there are new community papers going up there every single day. Not every, I shouldn't say that. Not every single day. There's community papers going up there quite often. Matter of fact, I think 2 were added yesterday. You have one of me, which is, don't look at that one. But there's one, if anyone was on the live with Tima on Friday night with her Korean glass skin mask, there is quite the picture out there right now. So go and check out the community papers. Those are so much fun. And I'm glad that people are enjoying them, and it's sort of fun. So let me go ahead and figure out what color I want to work on today. The key here during a WIP and chat is always to pick a color that isn't too difficult, because I'm talking and painting at the same time, but at the same time, I want something that is also not just, let me have to get out this color one time, and then switch out and etc. So I am using, I did kit this up into my tray bricks. This is the large tray bricks. This is the new version that is, what do they call it? Not static free, but like it's non-static generating or something like that. And these work out very well. I'm actually very surprised at how well I've acclimated to these. At first, having the lid attached was really odd to me, but I've really enjoyed working with these. So I'm coming down narrowing down the system, the best system, at least best system for me, of handling confetti. And these are pretty well up there. I have some small ones that I want to try. Typically, I do like a little bit larger of a tray, but especially for a lot of confetti where I'm not multi-placing a lot, the small ones could work as well. So stay tuned. Finishing up the research on the best confetti system. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. So grab your WIP or your work in progress and sit down, and let's do some early morning crafting. How is everyone today? How is everyone? Are you going to have a busy week? Are you going to have a good week? Let me know down below how you're doing. If you need any positive vibes or anything like that, let us know. We can certainly help put that out into the universe for you. So I'm doing okay. I had a good weekend. Got some stuff done over the weekend. I actually was able to finally tackle my craft closet, or my diamond painting closet. I say craft like I do anything else. I've abandoned my other crafts, which was the most recent, previous to diamond painting, was cross stitch, and I've abandoned that in favor of diamond painting. And it's just, yeah, that's where I'm at. But I was able to finally get in there, and I had gotten some new organizational pieces to put those in there. And what was interesting is the closet it has rolling doors on it. So the doors sort of, overlap a little bit, and you open up this side and then you open up this side. And I took the doors off to work on them, to work in there, so I didn't have to fight with the doors. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I sort of like having the doors open, because now I can, it's right over there, and I can see what's going on in there. And also I think it would be a little more motivation to keep it straightened up in there. And as I finish, I guess, filling the new organizational stuff there, I got new pen storage, because I needed new pen storage, and I got some art dot drawers, the narrow long ones, because I'm going to be putting my special drills in there, along with any, how do I want to put it? Any well collected, many regular DMC drills. Like if I find a good set of 310s and I have some left over, I'm going to keep them, put them in there. But like the general DMC colors right now, they are in separate storage, and I don't think I'm going to change that, but I definitely want to have some of the more commonly used colors available in these drawers, because they're just so super convenient. And of course, the first thing I do when I get those art dot drawers is visit DP with Sparklers, and I have to get the inserts for the drawers, because they are just absolutely key to keeping those drawers organized. So what the inserts are, here, I think I have one. This is called a dazzle deck. And what they have done, what Tima has done, Tima and group, team over there. This is stuck. Let me pull this, try and get this out. It's stuck. Oh no. Here we go. So the dazzle deck, what the dazzle deck is you can see it on their website. So it's this puzzle thing here, but you put this together, you got two legs, and then you got these arms that go up to hold the legs together. And then this sort of tray thing slides in, and then you're able to, if you use, in this instance, I use the round bottles, you're able to put your bottles in here, and it sits up at an angle on your desk. Well, this is also the same type of thing that is an insert for those drawers, and it goes down in the bottom of the drawer, and then it just holds your bottles upright, because those drawers, I love them, but the minute you take a color out, and let me get this put away, done with the noise, and you shut the drawer or move the drawer or something like that, all the bottles are falling over. So those inserts are absolutely key. At first, when I ordered my first set of drawers, because I also have the other size art dot drawers, the wider ones. They're like rectangular drawers, probably about this wide, and I kit up into those, whereas these narrow ones are going to be for storage. But when I first got those drawers, I was like, wow, this is really sort of inconvenient the way these are flopping all over the place. And I saw them on Tima's site, and she even says on there she uses them because she has so many of the art dot drawers, and they're an absolute. They take a great or a good storage system and just make it great. So at first I was like, oh, I want all, get all white ones. They all match and whatnot. So then I was out shopping on the site one day and there were random colors out there. And I thought, you know what? Why does she need to print new ones for me? I don't care that they're the different colors. It'll just look nice. Nothing is bright, garish colors necessarily. So I just went through and, I needed a certain number and I went through and just grabbed the number of trays I needed in just various colors. And yeah, I like how they look. I have to put them into all the drawers so that I can get rid of the box that they're in. So I'll probably do that. I'll definitely do that sometime this week and start making sure all of my special drills are stored appropriately. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And then it's also getting time to kit up for some new events. So June is Pride Month, so there is a Pride event. And I have not participated in a Pride event before, but I am looking forward to it because I got the coolest canvas. And I talked about this on my live on Sunday. So if you were there, this may be a little repeat for you, but I'm a bit of a Star Wars nerd. I like Star Trek too, but mostly just like Next Gen and Voyager. I'm not a fan of the original series, but Star Wars, they have on Rose Prophet's website. Rose Prophet is an artist based in Australia, and she she does diamond paintings too. She produces diamond paintings, and she had a paint or has a painting that it's called June Pride 2024 or something like that, and it's lightsabers, like the 5 different colored lightsabers in the order of a rainbow, and it is so cool. And I looked at it, I'm like, how did I not know this came out in 2024? But I guess, like I said, if you're not participating in a Pride event, I'm not really looking for rainbow items. So what the heck, I guess I found it now, so I'm going to get it now. And I just got it, and it's like a good manageable size for events, and I'm looking forward to doing it. I am considering some enhancements for that. I need to really study the canvas before I make up my mind what to do and see what's available. But I'm sort of picturing sparklers or crystals for the lightsaber itself, the light part of the lightsaber, and then letting the normal diamonds fill in the background and stuff like that, which is, it's like you have the lightsaber and it's the red lightsaber is red light around it, then it bleeds into the next color, then there's the lightsaber and whatnot. So it's all colored background. Looks to be a nice combo of confetti and color blocking. As the colors fade into each other, there's some confetti, but for the most part, it does look very, looks to be like a good balance, like I said, of the confetti and the color blocking. Oops, there goes my pen. So and I'm also I have the Tracy's DP World putty here. That's hanging out. I was using that too, but I wanted to try the WeWax. And this tray, I think I've shown this before, but this is worth another shout out. This tray is from Lady Lathe. Stacy over at Lady Lathe made this for me. And what this is a resin trinket tray, but it has real abalone in it. And abalone is a shell. And the inside of the shell is very pearlescent. And one day, Stacy, I won a pen that she had made that had real abalone in it. And that's not super common to see. Like, there's definitely pens out there, they call them abalone, but it's the color of abalone. But it's not real abalone. And I had asked another pen turner one time, he says, can I get a pen made of this? And he says, no, it's too brittle, too fragile. It doesn't turn well. So you can definitely, you can get flakes of it and stuff like that. But this pen that I won has like all around it has like these rectangles of abalone shell. So I said, oh, I really like abalone. She goes, I have something for you. She goes, I have something for you. I'm going to make it. And I said, okay. And she came up with this, and this is just the coolest thing. And I'm not, well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not typically a tray person, but usually I have like wood trays. I have two walnut trays, a larger one and a smaller one that I'll have out just to hold things. But I just love this for anything sea related. I'm getting this out. And then of course I have my regular tweezers from Donna Bass. And this is Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. I should have my nautical ones out here, but these are from Susie's Creations. That's Susy, Susie's, and a S, Creations with a Z. And you know, I told myself, don't collect. You don't need to collect pliers or these tweezers. And here I am with a little collection, but I think I'm done. But this shape, this hook shape, this is amazing for coming in. You get putty on your canvas, you come in and I squeeze it and it's up and it's gone and it's fantastic. This is just from Amazon, a little straightener. Put that putty up here. So yeah, just a little bit more about what I'm using. Oh, and this is from Zodiac Shadows. Their little trash thing. I have enjoyed using those. That's my usually go to. So as I peruse my square here to see if I've missed any of these symbols, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. And I think I got famous last words. I think I got all of the symbols. So of course I'll find one the minute I put this away. But that's pretty good for talking, not having enough coffee yet, and so early in the morning. Maybe I found the sweet time to diamond paint that I can find all of my symbols and stuff. So who knows? So definitely, post your progress in the Mermaids and Magic group. It's not a requirement, but it's always great to see. And it's great to see these paintings come alive. And what was really interesting is Shay is also working on this image, but Shay started at the bottom and I started at the top. So when she was showing hers, I was like, oh, okay, that's what the tail is going to look like and whatnot. So it's just interesting to see these paintings come alive, but then also to see how people diamond paint differently, right? And Shay starts at the bottom. I'm starting at the top. It's all about preference and stuff like that. And what I love about seeing how people diamond paint differently, whether it's where they start, the type of equipment they use, what have you. I love seeing the different ways to diamond paint because I think it really speaks to the we're all here to do this craft. We're a community doing this craft, but yet we can all do it a little bit differently and respect each other's differences. But also, I like to try different things. You know, I have very few sort of set rules in my mind for diamond painting, and it's cool to see how other people, and especially if it's a canvas that you're working on, I'd like to at some point. I think there may be an event, or there used to be an event where, well, I know there was one. Everybody's working on Emma Casey's big dragon piece from Enabler's Outpost. But I'd like to have an event or even a group of people that just informally get together to work on one painting and just, you know, see it come to fruition just with everybody's different styles and preferences and stuff like that. So it's especially cool to watch paintings come to life when everybody's enhancing them, or a couple people are enhancing them, because you see the different choices that people make. And you know, it's truly a learning experience. I may see something and go, ooh, I want to try that next time. Or I'm going to see something and go, yeah, I don't, that type of drill, I don't think that serves those things well. But you know what? It serves the other person and their tastes and whatnot for their painting. So doesn't need to fit mine, but it's something I can consider. So yeah. Let's see what else. So definitely, yeah, go post progress if you haven't done so over in the group. Also check out the winners for last week were posted yesterday in the group. Congratulations to all of the winners. It's always fun to win things. You know, I wish I would win things a little bit more often. I typically am pretty lucky when I go to Vegas, but that's about it. When it comes to other stuff, I don't win. I certainly don't win the lotto, because, hello, if I did that, I would be here 24 hours a day diamond painting. But yeah, I think, have I won? I think I've won twice, like in events or diamond painting related giveaway things. Once was a pen, one of those clay pens for a New Year's event. And then another time there was a putty maker put something up on their site that was like, oh, I think it was like they were celebrating a certain number of followers, and you know, they said comment down below and we'll select somebody to win a pack of putty. And I did win that with I think that was Creations Morin. And I do frequently win this, I'm like, the winning that I'm referring to is like the winning of like a sweepstakes type thing, that you didn't, you know, you win something outright. What I do win a lot of is when turners or tray makers or what have you, they put something up on their site and they're like, you know, number yourself, and we'll pick a number, or you know, but then you win the ability to purchase the item, right? So it's not a straight up giveaway, it's a win to purchase. So, and that's fun, and that is a win. I guess I should probably not think of them so differently, but it is a little different than winning something outright versus winning the ability to, you know, what am I going to win the lottery for the ability to purchase $10 billion in lottery funds? No. You know, yeah. So again, I'm going to sit here and ponder for a second to see if I got all of my symbols. which again, it looks like I did a pretty good job. I'm warming up here. It's very early, so I'm sorry if I'm a little disjointed, but you know, I'm doing my best. But yeah, I've actually switched over from, I was doing drip coffee in my regular coffee pot, and I was ignoring my espresso machine a little bit. So now I'm doing double Americanos. And the beans are so fresh. There's what is the word? A roastery? I don't know. There's a company that roasts their own beans here in town. And they actually offer free shipping to your door. They actually come and drop it off at your door. So that's sort of cool. And they have some great coffee. And so yeah, that's what's going on there. So let's talk about what we're all here to talk about. So as you know, sometime throughout this video, you will get a keyword that you need to comment down below this video. Also, while you're down there, please give me a thumbs up. Those really do help the analytics and the algorithm of the various videos. And one of the things that I've noticed in the time that I have, since I've started my channel, is that is probably one of the biggest disconnects. Like, there'll be a lot of comments and people are like, I love your video, this is great, this was informative. But the number of thumbs up is just not, you know, because it shows you this video has been viewed X number of times, and you have Y number of thumbs up, and the thumbs up are always so much lower. So when you go down to do that comment, please do a thumbs up, subscribe, and set up notifications if you'd like to be notified of when I post future videos. But we are here to talk about mermaids and magic, and this week's topic is magic. We talked about, was it Sedna last week, the sea creature, mermaid like creature up in the Arctic Circle, or around the Arctic Circle. So this week we are going to talk about magic, and I don't have a dramatic reading or anything for you here this week, but I do have some really interesting facts and figures about dragons. So we're over on the magic side of the event. And by the way, if you haven't seen, Firefly has launched a Mermaids and Magic tray. It just went up on their site this last week, and it is an absolutely beautiful, amazing tray. Firefly is probably hands down my favorite tray. But the image on it is a dragon sort of flying above an opened magic book. So if you like dragons, go check that out, because you may want to snag it. And what the cool thing is that the colors, so it's sort of like a dark blue, and then a lighter blue, but you know, more of like a, not really turquoise, but anyway, the names of the colors are like a magic blue is the dark color, and then the lighter color is like mermaid blue or something like that. So it is truly, from its roots, from its foundation, it is truly a Mermaids and Magic tray. So definitely go check that out, even just to look at the colorway. Go check it out. But while you're there, you know, check out the Firefly trays. If you have not tried a Firefly tray, this is a great time to grab one and have a little item of remembrance for the event. And then, I typically I will get one, and unless I'm totally infatuated with the next year's design, which happens a lot, but I use the previous year's stuff, and it's sort of nice to have something that show that you're the elder statesman of the event. But I digress, talking about dragons. So let's talk a little bit about dragons today. So I was researching, and one of the things, like, I've recently gotten into dragon diamond paintings. I was never a real big fan of dragons. I did not like them. I just would not seek them out, if you will. And then, and I would see people doing dragon pieces, and I liked them, but then I saw Anne Stokes has a dragon, and it's, what was it called? It's like, I forgot something about a magic dragon, but it's a dragon, and it's sort of holding a wheel, and on the wheel are sort of different representations of holidays. And I'll see if I can pop a picture up here to show you guys. But I really liked the image, and I said, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna try it. And it was when I ordered it from Art and Soul, and unfortunately, it was right before Art and Soul was no longer, and the order was canceled. So I was a little bummed. I was looking for it elsewhere, and come to find out that DAC released it as a mystery kit. I forget the exact number, but they have it as a mystery kit, which of course is long sold out and discontinued. So I was stalking the resale pages, the D-Stash pages, and finally found it on, was it D-Stash or was it like eBay or something? Regardless, I found it, and I got it, and it's the first mystery canvas that I'm going to do. And for those of you who may not be familiar, a mystery canvas is a canvas that is, they don't identify what the image is. You know what the artist is, but and the canvas is devoid of any coloring. So you see how, this, you could see that this is part of his arm here. You can see that this is part of his arm, and but the mystery canvas is all black and white. And then the mystery is you continue to work on it, the image truly reveals itself to you. I'm too, I don't know what the word would be, controlling, maybe type A personality, I'm not sure, to actually get and work on a true a canvas that's truly a mystery to me. So I would definitely have to check it out. There's sites out there that people will post their best guesses, or if they know items, they'll post it out there. So you can always check out what a mystery canvas is before you work on it if you wanted to. But yeah, I really couldn't do that. But so I'm looking forward to working on this one. It's sort of a controlled mystery. I know what it is, and it's this incredible image. So of course I've started liking some additional dragons, dragon imagery, and I decided to lean into that a little bit for this week for our discussion of dragons. Now, as I told you, it's early morning and my alarms are going off. So let me go turn off my alarms so that my dog can continue sleeping. I'll be right back. Computer, stop alarm. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that. I totally forgot. I should have turned off my alarms, but I didn't. So let's talk about dragons. So one of the things that as I was going through also that I was thinking about is I am a fan of The Legend of Zelda and the video games that go along with that. And recently, my most recent game that I played was second the newest one that it's a two-parter. It's the open world. I forget the name of it, but and it has like 4 Chinese dragons in it that do different things for you. So also a little bit of my obsession with dragons, but let's talk about them. So what I want to talk about is, dragons. We see them a little bit every day. Their imagery is in sports, on clothing, books, movies, tattoos, diamond paintings. But have you ever considered, we see these dragons, we see what's out there, but really have we ever considered where they originate from, what their symbolism is, etc. So let's go through this little list here. Now, one of the more famous, I guess you can say, or most popular or known cultures that have dragons in it would be the Chinese culture. And this is a shout out to my friends Adam and Eve and Kat and Tracy over at the year-long Asian event. They are running a great event that there's so many people participating in that anything Asian goes. You can work on any Asian imagery or Asian artist piece, and basically what their sort of motto is pretty much any canvas is going to work because there's always something that ties into Asia, because or Asian culture, because they're considering Asian not just like what you would think, right off the bat, like China and whatnot, but also like India, parts of Russia, whatnot. It's very very interesting. So, and it's year long, so you could pop in and out as you desire. And I actually just started my canvas for that. But so yeah, so the Chinese dragon is probably one of the more, there's basically, and I'd never really thought about this, but there's 2 types of dragons. There's the Chinese dragon, and then what in my readings they call the European dragon, which would be the dragon very much in like the Anne Stokes dragon that I have, or I'm thinking Lord of the Rings, Fourth Wing, the Sarah J. Maas books, what have you. Those are very much the UK ones. But so the difference typically is the European dragons are known to breathe fire, whereas Chinese dragon typically breathe clouds. And I thought that was sort of interesting. And the anatomy is also different. Think about when you see a Chinese dragon, the head typically looks like a camel, maybe, and has very demonic eyes, typically. And whereas a European dragon does not look like that. It's more of snake-like, maybe it's more snake-like, really is what it is. So the Chinese dragon is usually not vengeful. So when you think of dragons, and I know there's like fun, happy stories with dragons in it, with on the European dragon side. But when you think of dragons, you think breathe fire and destruction and whatnot. Whereas the Chinese dragon was always seen to be benevolent. And the Chinese people don't usually blame dragons for natural catastrophes or disasters, but they're seen as benevolent, wise, powerful. And so that's another difference of the way that we view dragons in different cultures. So, what's the origin of Chinese dragons? So, no one knows exactly when they originated, but the symbol does date back. They've found symbols of dragons from back to 3000 BCE, which is before Common Era, which is a different way of saying 3000 BC or before Christ, or AD, which is, I forget, it's Latin, Adam de minimis, or something. I forget what the Latin is, but that would mean after Christ was around. But because not everyone believes in that or is of the same religion and stuff like that, there's the expression before Common Era and BCE, and after. What is the after version? Maybe that's still AD. But I first learned about that when I went back to school, and I was pleased to hear that because I'm not a necessarily religious person, and I was nice to see that was made. But anyway, so 3000 BC, according to one theory, Chinese dragon evolved out of ancient totem worship practices. That the folks may have created dragons by combining attributes of several creatures like tigers, snakes, eagles, carp. A lot of the imagery of Chinese dragons, they have scales that don't look like a European dragon. And I'm trying not to say your typical dragon, because what is typical, right? The dragon I grew up with all the time was the European one, but that doesn't mean that it's the typical one. But they're very fish-like. And so I think that's interesting. A different theory points that an emperor, the Yan Emperor, a legendary Chinese leader from pre-dynasty times, was born of an encounter with a powerful dragon. And as a result, he was more powerful than most leaders. He partnered with Emperor Hung Di, and together they conquered their enemies, unified China, and according to myth, pioneered Chinese civilization. So just seems to me that the Asian dragon is much more embedded in the culture of China, which is quite interesting. Whereas with the European dragon, and at least with my upbringing, the dragon was things of fairy tales and whatnot, and not so much part of the culture. So, where do dragons live? In the real world, they don't exist, obviously, but in stories, dragons reside in a variety of places. The celestial dragon, for example, lives in the sky. So it was last year that was Year of the Dragon. And that would be referring to, I'm assuming, the celestial, because since, the calendar is based on essentially the astronomical areas. But then, of course, there's a coiling dragon who lives in the sea. Just they hang out in different places. And even in Zelda, there was like a fire dragon, there was an ice dragon, there was electric dragon, and they all hung out in different parts of the world of Zelda. So that was sort of cool. So dragons in Chinese culture, they are associated with many different things. And like I said earlier, mostly benevolent and good things or things that bring prosperity, such as business prosperity. So the Chinese New Year, probably we've all seen the dragon dance where the people are in the dragon, they're moving it around and stuff like that. It's not just to attract attention, but also to ask for a prosperous new business year for from the dragon gods. So that's sort of interesting. Then you have good harvest and health. So in traditional times, Chinese farmers requested plentiful harvests by making offerings to dragon gods. And when drought struck, they did the same thing in an attempt to encourage a downpour from the heavens. So, sort of also leans back into our story last week of Sedna, where when people would stop, pulling in hauls of fish from the sea, they would make an offering to Sedna to ask her to please make the sea creatures available for capture. So definitely some commonality there between a mermaid and dragons, or mythical creatures in general, I guess I should say. They also believe that dragons could protect their lands and harvests from flood damage. And if that is the case, dragons, come on out. Come on out, because the weather is doing some weird things now with all of these really bad storms, really bad flooding and whatnot. So come on out. Let's see. The Chinese New Year, dragon is a significant creature. They have dragon boat festivals, which is a Chinese holiday. It's celebrated throughout China in late spring or early summer. And during the festival, dragon-shaped boats boat races are traditionally held. And the interesting fact is, the organization I work for actually has a dragon boat team here in Chicago, and they race on the Chicago River, which one runs right through or right by Chinatown. So it's sort of cool to see those pictures at that time of the year. There's many theories on how the Dragon Boat Festival originated. One theory suggests that the festival was celebrated to request good health as well as bountiful harvest from the dragon gods. And they're also seen as protective tokens. So in China, people believe that dragons will offer protection to homes and businesses. They're seen as protective figures that be printed or engraved on sentimental or valuable objects. So what do the Chinese dragons symbolize? Well, first of all, in traditional Chinese culture, males were seen to be the stronger, the more powerful, more influential people or sex, if you will. So the dragon really does represent everything male for the most part. Nobleness. According to Chinese astrology, those born in the year of the dragon are more prosperous and noble than others. For example, 1988, 2000, 2012 are considered dragon years. And I know many of us have probably gone to the Chinese restaurant. You got the placemat with the years listed, and you can tell what year, what the animal was for the year that you were born. Being born in 71 is the year of the pig, and that is I don't know. It's like all these great creatures and a pig, but I don't know. It is what it is. Nobleness, agricultural life, dragons control the weather, the seasons, and whatnot. The dragons, while many appear to be wingless, they could still fly into the heavens, bring rain, and the female dragons could stay on the land and control earthly waters like rivers, lakes, seas, etc. They've also been seen as good fortune. Some people believe that dragons symbolize fortune and good luck. And then, of course, kindness. In China, dragons are symbols of kindness and warmth. And even though there are some exceptions, they're seen to bring kindness and warmth. So again, hey dragons, the world could use you right now because there's a lot of not kindness going on right now in the world. So come on down, dragons, especially if you're a Chinese dragon that doesn't breathe fire, because ain't nobody got time for that. That's that famous meme where the lady saw a fire start somewhere. So a little bit about Chinese dragons. The different colors of Chinese dragons matter as well. So white dragons symbolize purity. Red dragon, red in Asian culture usually means good fortune, which is definitely the case with the red dragon. Yellow dragon, good fortune and power. A black dragon, most people associate with vengeance. Therefore, it's usually often linked to catastrophes like storms and floods. But again, that's sort of the lesser dragon, if you will, in the Chinese culture, because dragons are benevolent. So a little bit about Chinese dragons. And so no surprise to anybody, the keyword for this week is dragon. So what I'd like to hear below is a brief story or explanation of what is your favorite dragon, or your favorite dragon imagery. So, for example, when I think of dragons, I immediately vision a casino, because a lot of casinos are, and the most recent casinos I've been to are on cruise ships, but there are a number of dragon, or Asian, I should say, themed slot machines. A lot of them are dragons, but it sort of makes sense because they're red, so that means good fortune. You got the dragon, which means good fortune. So it's like, a lot of that imagery is there in play. But that's came up, so I maybe say, I see a lot of dragons at the casinos, and I think that's pretty cool. But what type of dragon imagery or dragon stories or whatnot do you enjoy? Do you like to read books with dragons? Like right now, I'm making my way through the Fourth Wing series, and that is just an incredible story so far. I'm on the second book. I'm loving it. Or, do you have a dragon tattoo? And if so, why and where? There's always very personal meanings when it comes to, or typically very personal meanings when there's tattoos. And it'd be interesting to hear why you got that dragon and what it symbolizes for you. So again, go ahead. Don't just comment the word dragon. That may get filtered out. YouTube has algorithms that can assume that one word posts like that are some type of giveaway or what have you, and they may filter it out. But go ahead and use the word dragon, DRAGON, in the chat or in the comments below. And let me know what's your favorite type of dragon imagery or what have you. I was thinking when I was thinking about this video, I says, what was one of my childhood dragons? Like there was always Puff the Magic Dragon, but I think that was talking about something other than a dragon, really. It was the 70s. But the one that I remember, I'm pretty sure it was a dragon, Giggle Snort's Hotel, was a TV show, and one of the characters was a dragon, and it was the lump of clay a dragon, because I think I remember it used to smoke, like it would have nostrils at times and would smoke. There was a lump of clay that would talk. It would come out on a wheel out and it would go roar, 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 and it would talk with the person or whatnot. And they would make it into different shapes and stuff like that. And it was, funny and whatnot. Definitely, one of those 70s shows that probably didn't make a lot of sense. I was probably like, what the heck am I watching here? But something that just lives in my mind and takes up space that could be used for remembering important things like, oh, the bills are due or something like that. So, so that is this week's WIP and Chat. Thank you for tuning in. Again, definitely comment down below to become eligible for this week's round of prizes. Also, like, subscribe, what have you. Next week, we're going to be back on the mermaid side of things, and we're going to explore some origins of some very famous mermaids. So I hope everyone has a good week. Everyone has some great progress on their mermaids and magic pieces. Again, post your progress out there on the group because we love seeing it. And remember, there is no right or wrong way to diamond paint or to live, really. You like magic, you like mermaids, you like them both. There is no wrong way. So everyone have a good week. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you next time we are Speaking of Diamonds. Have a good one.